The throwaway blade took 8 years because nobody could make the steel. King Camp Gillette sold bottle caps for a living, and his employer told him that the way to make money was to invent something that got used up and bought again. In 1895, he had the idea, a piece of steel so thin and so cheap that when it went dull, you threw it away instead of sharpening it. Then he spent 8 years failing to make one. Steel that thin curled when it was hardened. The experts he asked, including people at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, told him it could not be done at a price anybody would pay. It was solved by an engineer named William Nickerson, who did not invent the razor and did invent the machinery, a process that hardened and ground the thin steel while holding it flat, automatically in quantity. The first year of sales was 1903, 51 razors, 168 blades. That is the entire first year. The year after, the numbers were 90,000 razors and 12 million blades, and the business was no longer about the handle at all. During the First World War, the American Army issued the razors to soldiers, and 3.5 million men came home already owning one and needing to buy blades. The handle in the cabinet is a giveaway. It always was. It is the oldest version of a business model you now meet every day, and it began with a man who could not get the steel made. The cotton bud was made by a man watching his wife. Leo Gerstenzang was born in Warsaw and settled in New York. In the early 1920s, he watched his wife looking after their baby. She was winding a small piece of cotton wool around the end of a wooden toothpick, one at a time, whenever she needed one. He thought the winding should be done once, in a factory, by a machine. That is the whole idea, and it took him 2 years to build the machine because cotton does not want to stay on a stick. He put them on sale in 1923 under the name Baby Gaze. The name lasted about 3 years. In 1926, the product became Q-tips. The tips are the cotton, and the Q, according to the company, stood for quality. The stick has changed 3 times. Wood first, then rolled paper, then plastic, and in much of the world back to paper again, because the plastic ones are small enough and light enough to travel a long way through a drain and out to sea. Several countries have banned the plastic version outright. Everything else about it is unchanged. The machine still winds cotton onto a stick, both ends, the same way it did in 1923. It is in the drawer with the nail scissors in a box of 200, and it is the last thing in this room that anybody thought of.